Now we are going to discuss about graphs. These graphs are related to physics topic. Here graphs are there. Now in these graphs we classify mainly in three categories. One is straight line graphs and parabola and rectangular hyperbola. Like that, we are classifying into three categories for graphs. So straight line graphs, straight line, parabola shape, rectangular, hyperbola shape. Like that, we have taken three things here. Coming to the first one, this is straight line graph, and second one, parabola, third one, rectangular hyperbola. Observe carefully here, straight line graph means the basic condition it has to satisfy is y is proportional to x. Y must be proportional to x is the basic condition. And the basic condition here is y is proportional to x square. Y is proportional to x square must satisfy for any line. For any curve, y is proportional to x square satisfy. We call it as parabola. If y is proportional to x, we call it as straight line. And y is inversely related to x, we call rectangular hyperbola. This is the basic conditions. What I have given is the basic conditions related to straight line, y proportional to x, parabola, y proportional to x square, rectangular hyperbola, y proportional to 1 by x. So let us start our journey with first straight line. We'll discuss the straight line graph. Coming to straight line graph, straight line. In straight line graphs, we have again here some categories. When you observe the straight line graph, we can make in some categories here. Straight line graph means those are totally four equations I am making. Four equations, straight line equations. One is y equal to mx. This is one equation. Again, y equal to mx plus c. This is one equation. Other one, y equal to mx minus c. This is one equation. And last one, y equal to minus mx plus c. Y equal to minus mx plus c. For any graph where we are taking y and x, y is y-axis, x is x-axis. These are the equations we can write. Straight line equation is all comes under straight line equation, straight line. The graph we get here, straight line in all these equations. Here, commonly what we can say here is m is called as slope. M is slope of yx graph. Slope of yx graph. The slope of yx graph is given as m. And here m value we can write it also as tan theta. M value we can write tan theta. In straight line equation, slope of yx graph is tan theta. So the tan theta means theta is angle made with the graph with x-axis. Theta is angle made by the graph with x-axis. Next, here one more term you have to observe is C. What is that term C? C is called Y-intercept. Y-intercept. That means where the graph touches on y-axis, is called as Y-intercept. Y-intercept. So you have to be clear with these two things. Whenever we have to discuss any graphs, a student must have the clarity about the slope and y-intercept to show the graph. So let us start our journey with each equation. The first one, what we told here is y equal to mx. First we'll discuss y equal to mx, then mx plus c condition, then mx minus c condition, then minus mx plus c condition. Like that, we'll discuss all these four situations of straight line. Let us start with the first one, y equal to mx. So the graph now, we are going to discuss about y equal to mx. So y equal to mx means here there is no y-intercept. There is no y-intercept, there is no c value here. C value is 0. The c value 0 means what is y-intercept? Where the graph touches on y-axis, where the graph, the what we line drawn for the graph that touches on y-axis, that is called as y-intercept. Here we told y-intercept is 0 because here we didn't find any y-intercept. Simply equation is y equal to mx. So for these type of graphs, we have to draw like this. So this is 0. Y-intercept 0 means the graph, you remember this one, y-intercept 0 means graph has to start from origin. And this is a straight line equation I told because y is directly proportional to x. So it's a straight line equation. Straight line equation, and what we can observe, passing from origin, passing from origin. So here I told m is some, this is what I have taken here, things here is y-axis and this is x-axis. So if I have taken, this is the graph, the angle what it makes here is this angle is theta. This angle is theta. So if you have taken any small part here, the small part here to here, so this one I can write it as delta y and this one I can write as delta x. But everywhere this graph is having same slope. This is a straight line graph, slope is same. So here theta mean here also theta. What is tan theta? So now I can write slope is equal to tan theta is equal to delta y by delta x. Delta y by delta x. This is m. So slope is nothing but the difference in y by difference in x. We can write like that. Slope means delta y by delta x. This is for first y equal to mx graph. The first situation what we have means whenever you observe y equal to simply mx. Suppose for example y equal to you have observed 2x or y equal to 551x, like that, something only y and x with some 2 like that or some constant like that, or simply even you can also write for y is equal to x, then we'll find these things, Suppose here they told that for example y is equal to x itself, for y is equal to x, what we can say? So what is the angle if y is equal to x? Note y is equal to x. Y is equal to x means that implies change in y is equal to change in x. That implies tan theta is equal to 1. Tan theta 1 means obviously what is theta? Theta is 45 degree. Theta is 45 degree. Whenever they mention the condition y is equal to x, theta value is 45. The angle it makes is 45. So slope is equal to tan theta is equal to 1. So slope of the graph is 1. We can say here m value tan theta is equal to 1 is nothing but m. The slope is 1. That means theta is 45. This is the first condition. Y equal to mx. We can discuss like this. Next, let us observe. Y is equal to mx plus c. Y equal to mx plus c. Here you observe carefully here. C value is positive. Observe the C. C is positive value. Let me write that. C is positive. And slope also positive. Slope is also positive. M is also positive. In previous condition also I can write C is equal to 0. Here M value is positive. M is positive here. M is positive and C value is equal to 0. M value is positive. Positive slope. We have to draw the graph above like that. Positive slope means Y value increases with respect to X. Y value increases with respect to X is a positive slope. Next, Here coming to now y equal to mx plus c. C is positive, m is positive. What does the C positive indicates? C positive indicates graph will start from positive y-axis. Graph will start from positive y-axis. This is the C point. So C is 0, graph starts from C is 0, graph starts from origin. But C is positive, so graph starts from positive y-axis. The graph touches. That means starts means I want to say graph touches on positive y-axis. So your graph, there is no rule it has to start from positive y-axis. It just touches the point on positive y-axis. So this is a straight line, slope is positive. Now we can write like that the graph. This is the graph drawn between y-axis taken and x as y-x graph, and C is called as Y-intercept. And now what is M here also slope? Same. C is positive, M is positive. The graph has to be drawn like that. Again, slope means what we can write here? We can draw one line like this. And this angle, what it makes? This angle is theta. This angle is theta. So here again the same thing. M is equal to, we can write. M is equal to, I can write. Slope is equal to, I can write tan theta. This M value is equal to tan theta means any straight line graph delta y by delta x. And here we have to understand y-intercept positive means the graph touches positive y-axis. Graph touches positive y-axis. Like that we can explain the graph for y equal to mx plus c. Y equal to mx plus c. Now suppose we have taken next one, y equal to mx minus c. Y equal to mx minus c. Here the graph indicates that in this C is negative, C is negative, and M is positive, positive slope. M is positive, C is negative. What does C negative indicates? If you observe the graph, here, if you observe the graph, it negative indicates that the graph touches on negative y-axis. Graph touches the point of negative y-axis, negative y-axis. So here this value what we can write here is minus c, and here this is the origin. So whenever you find remaining everything is same, m is equal to, slope is equal to, tan theta is equal to delta y by delta x. This one they doesn't make that much difference anything here. Everything is same. Slope is not affected, slope is same here. But you observe carefully here. Observe carefully here. M is positive. Okay, we draw the line up like this. But C is negative here. C is negative. C value is negative. M positive means y-axis value increases with x increases. Y decreases with x decreases. That is a slope positive here. But C negative. Negative means the graph touches on negative y-axis point. The graph touches on negative y-axis point. It is called, now we call it as y equal to mx minus c. Mx minus c. Like that we can write. So this is the information for y equal to mx minus c condition. Next, our target is y equal to minus mx plus c. Observe carefully here. Here y equal to minus mx plus c. So what is the information here? C is positive. C is positive. Y-intercept positive. M is negative. M is negative. Watch carefully here. M is negative. C is positive here. So now I want to draw the graph between them. So now this is y-axis. This is x-axis. If I plot the graph, here C is positive here. So positive means plus C. So from here you have to draw the graph. But slope is not positive. Slope is negative. Slope is negative means we have to draw the graph down. So here y value is decreasing with respect to increase of x. With respect to increase of x, y is decreasing. So here what is the slope here? Slope of the graph. So slope of the graph means here, what should I write here? This angle is theta. So this is the thing what we have to take. Let me draw this one. So here, slope of the graph. This angle is theta. So this is delta y. Delta y is not going up. Delta y is coming down. It is negative here. So m is equal to, I can write. Slope is equal to, I can write it as tan theta is equal to here. Okay, delta y by delta x. Delta y by delta x. But here delta y is negative. Delta y, you can observe, it is negative. It's not going up. It's coming down. So delta y is negative. That's the reason slope is negative. Y value is decreasing with respect to increase of x. See, y value is decreasing. If x is increasing, y value is decreasing. So slope is negative slope. So this is the information for the straight line graphs. So we discussed about 4 conditions here. First one is y equal to mx. Y equal to mx. This is the situation. Mx means here c0. C is 0 and m is positive. C0 means start from origin. M is positive. We have drawn like that. And y equal to x, theta is 45. We concluded here. Next one we'll observe. Next we discussed about y equal to mx plus c. Y equal to mx plus c means your slope is equal to what we got here, delta y by delta x. C is positive, m is also positive. M is positive, we are getting the graph in this way. Next one. If you observe next, y equal to mx minus c. Mx minus c means the intercept is negative. Intercept is negative means we have to draw from negative y-axis. We have drawn from here down. Slope is positive, but intercept is negative. This is one condition. Next condition we discussed about y equal to minus mx plus c. So here y equal to minus mx means slope is negative, c is positive. So positive means positive y-axis. The graph touches on positive y-axis, and we are drawing down like that. We are drawing down like that. This is the equation for y equal to minus mx plus c. The graph we can draw from positive to c, and slope is here negative. Slope is here negative. Like that, we discussed about straight line graphs. Let us check now parabola. In parabola, mainly I am breaking into 2 categories. So many discussions are there. Mainly we have to discuss for our physics point of view. 2 important things is. So here, y is equal to x. Y and x is there here. Y and x, we are taking the graph. Parabola means mainly we have 2 types. One, this is increasing slope and this is a decreasing slope. Like that, 2 graphs we have in parabola conditions. What are the equations? Means simply you can remember y equal to ax plus bx square. Y equal to ax plus bx square. You observe, we need for parabola condition x square term must be there. Y is proportional to x square term must be there. Before x square term, what is there? Positive sign. Before x square term, positive sign. The graph will get like this. This indicates that slope is increasing, increasing slope, increasing slope, increasing slope. We can give the information like that. Now, in this situation, what we can give here means, here I can give y is equal to ax minus bx square. Y equal to ax minus bx square. So here ax minus bx square means what will happen to the slope here? You observe carefully before x square. Before x square, we have negative sign. Before x square, we have negative sign. So I can write it as decreasing slope. I can write it as decreasing slope. So parabola graph means we have to remember these 2 things. Increasing slope, how the graph will be there. Here plus sign, before x square plus sign is there, we have to draw like that. Before x square minus sign is there, we have to draw the graph in this way. So this is the graph drawn for increasing slope and decreasing slope. Increasing slope and decreasing slope. This is the conditions for parabola. Parabola. So now, one more thing, what we left with graphs means rectangular hyperbola. Rectangular hyperbola. So rectangular hyperbola means here the condition must satisfy as y is inversely proportional to x. Y is inversely proportional to x condition. We can draw the rectangular hyperbola. So rectangular hyperbola, how we will draw for y taking an x here means here we can draw simply like this. This is a shape. The shape indicates rectangular hyperbola. Rectangular hyperbola. Rectangular hyperbola, very simple. Inverse relation. Inverse relation you are finding here. Like y is y-axis term and x-axis term are inversely related. Then for such a type of graphs, we have to get the shape in this way. This is a shape for graph what we have drawn for y is proportional to 1 by x condition is called rectangular hyperbola. Rectangular hyperbola. So for parabola, I explained in two things. That is, one is for increasing slope and one for decreasing slope. These are the shapes for parabola, increasing slope and decreasing slope. And for rectangular hyperbola, here y is proportional to 1 by x and y and x like that. So yeah, whenever for any graph, they are asking us to find slope of slope of y-x graph. What is slope of y-x graph means? Simply you remember it as slope means we can write simply y term by x term. Y term by x term. Whenever in physics you are asking some graph is given between y-axis and x-axis, if you want to slope means delta y by delta x or y by x, delta y by delta x. Actual rule is delta y by delta x you have to write. Okay, no problem, even you write y by x. Suppose they are asking area under y-x graph. What is area under y-x graph? Area means nothing but y-axis into x-axis. So y into x, y term, whatever you take in the graph, y term and x term, you just multiply y term into x term. That gives the information about area under y-x graph. Area under y-x graph. These two important points for graphs point of view. This information what I have given today about graphs, everything useful for physics beta. So here these are the things. That is the first what I explained is straight line, parabola and rectangular hyperbola. So the graphs information, this is the basic information required for solving the graph sums. Okay beta, I hope you understood this class. We'll meet in our next class and we'll continue the topic. Thank you each and everyone.